Hi guys, it's me, Salagi. I just wanted to update you guys today on all the fires in the West. Like, I can't cover them all, but I'm just attempting to show you like what's going on today. This was actually from yesterday, and a lot of these fires in the South, Southern California, are, they're on their way out. They're fizzling out. They've been kind of fizzling out. But there was a fireworks fire in Los Angeles, in Pacoima, an explosion, I guess, in a house. And apparently there was 3 houses that were involved in burning. Now, I don't know the details on it, but I'm just wondering why these people had a bunch of fireworks in their personal home when LA County has banned the fireworks, like, for the show, for businesses and residences. Like, we always kind of have a ban on fireworks anyways, but usually LA and Riverside County, it's okay. Like, they let people light them off. But for specifically San Bernardino County, you cannot. Like, it's banned for, it's never been unbanned. And even, in fact, the Walmart in my area, they are not selling people any, even those little pop-it fireworks, the ones that you throw on the ground and they pop, like little kids fireworks, basically. They won't sell those either. So they've banned firewood and everything in my area. So for these people that are tourists and they come out here to the desert and they're complaining because they want to have a campfire somewhere, just be aware that that's not something that we allow, for obvious reasons. If you can see all these fires, like, of course, we banned firewood. Anyhow, here we go to, this is a big fire going on basically over by Santa Barbara. It's kind of crazy. Like, you can see that it's quite huge. I think 56,000 acres. I don't even know. Like, don't quote me on that number, but it's pretty bad fire. It's not. I think it's only like 10% contained, but some of that smoke is black, so that tells me that it's still finding new fuel. It's not really like fizzling out yet. But anyhow, this was the sunset last night. I wasn't able to get this video out to you guys until this morning, but sure was beautiful. So that's how big it is. It's like encompassing such a huge area over by Santa Barbara. As we zoom out, you can see how it's like the biggest fire in California so far, and many others, but it looks like a lot of the ones in California are being put out. But I see how just the West, and then Idaho, where the firefighters were shot, that's just really crazy. I can't believe that anyone would be so vile as to do that. And in my opinion, I believe that kid or whoever, that was all orchestrated, planned. It was a setup. He's part of an agenda. That's what I think. And that's just my opinion. But anyways, so this is, I'm just giving you guys different angles of this fire because there happens to be a lot of cameras focused in on it. And that might just be because it's such a large area. Normally, the cameras aren't so close together, but I think it's just because this fire is so huge. Like, people don't typically view these cameras because it's just rolling hills. There's nothing spectacular about the scenery. So But I'm glad they put the fire cams there. I'm glad they put up all these fire cams so that we can kind of see what's going on. And here's last night's blaze. It got pretty hot when the sun went down. You could see it flaring up, which is, normally in my experience with kind of watching these fires, normally they die down at nighttime, but for some reason and it might just be because it's so dry, but these fires have been kind of gaining strength overnight, which is scary, because you never want a fire to gain more strength and grow as you're sleeping. That's everybody's nightmare. So, and you can see the glow from that fire. And here's to show you, here the sun is going down, and that's approximately where the glow comes from. It's right there where the smoke is coming up, and you'll see the glow in a minute. There we go. Now, I don't know what is actually burning in this area, because I'll be honest, I've driven all through that area, and in some of these little cameras you can actually see tiny oil rigs, and they're functioning, like they're still pumping. But this area used to be, before they put the oil rigs in there, it used to be mostly orchards, and they actually knocked down all the trees to put the oil rigs. So, and that wasn't very long ago, but what you see there, basically there's no foliage on the hills. They're just like naked mountains. That's what it reminds me of, just a naked mountain. But when you drive through there, it's kind of cool in the springtime when all the poppy flowers are growing, and maybe that's what's on fire out there, is the dead poppy fields. But I can't see that growing. I can't see that continuing to burn for this long. So I'm actually wondering, what is actually fueling these fires? Because you've seen it. There's nothing on the mountains. It looks like just they're stripped bare. There's maybe there was already fires and nothing's grown back since. So it's a little bit unbelievable to me that there would be so much fuel to continue feeding this fire. And there's a little bit of farmland, but that's not even what's burning. What's burning right now is barren land. Just, it's vacant. There might be sporadic little bushes here and there, but nothing compared to what you would consider a flammable area. And so if you're wondering why my words don't match up to what you're seeing right here, it's because I pre-recorded the video itself, and I'm doing an audio dub over it. So yeah, because there was too many interruptions yesterday when I was trying to make this video, so whatever I said got erased because there was, I was just spending a lot of time with my kids for my birthday yesterday, and it's hard to make videos when you're the center of attention and how beautiful that is. And I'm grateful because, basically my kids really, really care, you know. There's a lot of people that you would think would care, but when it comes down to it, your kids really do care. So don't ever take that for granted, guys. You know, look at how beautiful that sunset with the purple and blue. You know, it's sad that fire actually does make a beautiful sunset, but we still don't want it. We still don't need fire to get so out of control. Now, they might be letting this area burn because there's virtually nothing. I mean, if I zoomed in a little more, I could tell like where exactly this is at and what would be in that area. But most of the San Joaquin Valley is farmland. There's hardly any cities or anything. Like they have at the top of the Central Valley, there's Sacramento and Fresno and those kind of little towns, and they're not real big. They're big enough, but this area is just a big, vast expanse of dirt, rolling hills and dirt, and the only thing that really grows is basically the desert plants, typical desert plants, and the poppies, the California poppies. That's what the Central Valley is known for, is just the fields of orange with the California poppies. And I have a beautiful picture of it somewhere. Maybe I can attach it to this video if that's possible. It might be on my other phone, but anyways, you see all the little cameras for this area. That's really good. And some of them were offline. I don't know why. I guess maybe for maintenance, but I figure this one was malfunctioning because it took a little bit to load the picture and it was windy, so that's not good. That's also part of the problem why this fire is still raging. The wind doesn't help at all. I would say that's the most flammable part of a fire out here is the wind, because there's not a lot of fuel. And contrary to popular belief, we do build a lot of our homes out here in California with concrete. So we know that wood houses, stick-built houses, that is a fire hazard really bad, and the wood will dry out so bad in these conditions. So anyways, a lot of people are like, well, why do they build with wood? The foundation of the walls might be wood, but most of the desert homes are stucco on the outside. So ideally, that's an attempt to prevent fires. Like if an ember hits your stucco wall, it's not necessarily going to catch the house on fire right away. Whereas if you had, you know, like shiplap siding or whatever kind of siding, wood siding, it would probably catch it on fire. So there's a picture of the glow from this fire, and like I said, I don't know what's fueling it because there is nothing to burn. And there's a little. You can see some yellows. That's probably all the dead, dried out poppy flowers. And that's an interesting thought too. If all these poppy flowers are on fire, what is coming out of the smoke? What are we breathing? All right, guys. Have a good afternoon. Have a good morning. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.